And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter. Keith Fustel back from Louisville. He's down there for the Breeders' Cup. Glad to have you back. We have a nice carryover today in our Rainbow Pick 6. We have the football, Ravens, and the Steelers game that gets underway at 1 o'clock. You can see that up there in the sports book. But real quick, let's talk about the big Breeders' Cup races. Accelerate, a big win in the Breeders' Cup Classic. How about the long shot Gunavera, though, getting up for a good second, making our Preakness 2017 class look strong.
Yeah, Gunavera, a little trouble early, but sustained a run, closing ground every step of the way. Was a steady gain, a slow gain through the last eighth of a mile. But I did not like the favorite, Accelerate. I was kind of against that horse in there. You saw Catalina Cruiser, the other Saddler horse, struggle as a short price, but was able to kind of sustain an outside run and got the job done. I thought Thunder Snow ran real big. I did not see that race coming. I know Dave Rodman liked Thunder Snow.
He liked Thunder Snow. How about the 4-year-old filly Enable, a two-time mark winner, beats the boys, and the 3-year-old filly who Magical, a Galileo filly for Aidan O'Brien, was right there. What a stretch battle that was, but Enable gets the win, second win of the day for Frankie Dettori.
Pretty dominant. What a patient ride by Dettori. He let the horse, I think it was a 13-horse move, Hunting Horn to his outside and said, I'm not worried about it. And he just circled up about 9 wide. Didn't really ask her to the head of the stretch. But what a battle they had from the top of the lane home. Just kind of moved away from rivals. I think they were like 10-11 clear of the third-place finisher.
All right, so that was Breeders' Cup. Big handle, big crowd down there. That's good for horse racing. We hope to see the Breeders' Cup right here at Laurel Park one day. We'll keep working towards that. Let's show you what's going on today. A big afternoon for Sunday, fun day here at Laurel. The carryover in the Rainbow Pick 6, pretty good. There it is, $24,077. That's going to start race 4 today. I have a ticket. Everybody should jump on in for the Rainbow Pick 6. If you like football and horse racing, Laurel Park is the place to be today. We'll have brunch, Sunday brunch and tips. That gets going at 11:30. We have the NFL Sunday ticket. Every game, every Sunday, that's now featured in the new sports book at Laurel Park. The NFL Sunday ticket, that's now in the sports book here at Laurel Park. That's right up there, second floor of the grandstand, right next to the new sports bar. The sports book is phenomenal. Get on up there, watch all the football and horse racing, have a good time, grab a couch. They have a bar up there and everything. If you want to bet the football games, well, you can do that too. Pick the football games. Jump on in for our $3,000 football pick'em contest. You enter up there at the sports bar. You pick all the games. You can win some money. So we have you all covered today. Lots of action, horse racing, pick 6, and a lot of football.
Yeah, get in on that football pick'em pool. You're running out of time. You want to get in there before the kickoff at 1 o'clock. What a phenomenal job those guys did upstairs with that room. And
nice.
Down the line, it's going to be even more special, I think, when we kind of fire away, at the pigskins and the ponies. That would be great.
All right, so our first race is at 12:30. The football game, the Ravens-Steelers game, that's at 1 o'clock, so that's up there at the sports book. Let's show you what's going on here today as far as our track conditions. Our main track is fast. We're off the turf today. No turf today, but we'll have a nice fast track as our main track. The weather today, we're in the 50s, 60s, clear and sunny. 55, clear and sunny. First race, 12:30, and the main track is fast. Let's get right to it here, race 1. Nice 9-race card to handicap. Race 1, we'll kick off the Rolling Super High 5. We have that every race with 7 or more horses. That's a low 15% takeout, the Rolling Super High 5. So that's going to start in race 1, a carryover $343 for the Super High 5 starting in race 1. Also, race 1, we kick off the early pick 5. It's a mandatory payout on the early pick 5 with that industry low 12% takeout. So let's take a look at the opener. We're off the turf. We're going a flat mile here in race 1. I end up, after the scratches, I end up on the 13 here. Lulu's on the move, my top pick here in race 1. Victor Carrasco aboard for Hammy Smith, for a 3-year-old filly by Patio Prado. You like her as well. Good second as the favorite last out at this level. Same situation. It came off the turf. and she stayed in and ran a good second. So Hammy keeps her in today, and I think she's going to be right there.
And just couldn't get by Eye of the Wildcat, a lifetime best on the dirt. Let's see if she can duplicate. I think she has one of the more sustainable runs out of this group. Dancing with Painter, I think, is also going to take plenty of play for Lynch. But going to be a shorter price. That horse needs to kind of save a little bit more ground. Was hung wide. The race was going to go through, I believe, the 7 Bell and Tonic. And if you compare the races on the 18th, the split of that $16,000 two in life that was taken off the turf, quicker internals that they did the dirty work to Bell and Tonic, and final time wasn't that far off a couple other of these. I think it's going to be a more comfortable flow. You've got Trevor to carry her home.
Yeah, I like that filly. She's 6 for 10 in the money here at Laurel Park. Strong connections. McCarthy aboard for Ferris Allen. So we like some similar horses there in the opener. Let's move right along here to the early pick 4 start in race 2. We start the early pick 4 going 6 furlongs on the main track. Maiden claiming 25,000. Filly and mares 3 and up. We have a video spotlight to show you the 7 Bash for trainer Katie Voss. Here's the race from last April against Maiden 40,000. Beaten favored this day. A couple races since then. Blinkers on today.
Yeah, laid a little bit closer. Bash this day to the pace. And when you first glance at this race this afternoon, you think, oh, you covered up the distance. You think it's a mile. No, this is a sprint, so it's going to be interesting for some of these horses turning back in distance. But I like the turn of foot Bash showed back in April. We're going to go second off of a layoff. Very gritty effort there for this 4-year-old filly by Desert Party. So I think Bash is going to be fine with the blinkers on. Positionally should be just on or just off the pace. Against this group. Maybe Bayou's Legacy would be hard sent from the inside. Bash or Summer Fling for me in here. I like Summer Fling turning back for Trombetta. Look at those internals up close and wide. Was caught well wide against those quicker fractions. It should legitimize the punch today, turning back.
And we like the 3 as well here. Brushing, 3-year-old filly by Hunters Bay. Blinkers on. Brushing today for Hammy Smith. She ran a good second way back in last December as a 2-year-old. A good second that day against Maiden 40 going a mile, and only one race since then. That was way last January. So she's coming off a long layoff today. Some okay works here at Laurel. Blinkers go on. Toledo, good ride down there yesterday on Divisadero. He hit the board. Right, for Kelly Rubley.
Let's not talk about that race, Stan.
Oh, you had Divisadero?
Went with my man Marty McGee. Threw a couple tickets together in that race. Some trifectas real quick, some 5-horse try boxes. I think we did 3 of them. We caught it anyhow. Divisadero's 1, 2, 3. We've got it as well at 45 to 1. That would have really, I may not have been here today.
All right, well, here we are.
May have taken an extra day off and stayed down in Louisville.
All right, race 3, we're going a flat mile, claiming 20,000, 3 and up, double whammy. Nice claim here for Kieran McGee. Got this 7-year-old son of Arch for $7,500 last July. Good second against Starter Allowance in September. A nice, and then was third, second and third against Starter Allowance. Just DQ'd late September, but a big win last out against Open 12-5, going a mile right here at Laurel Park. Double whammy, a 10-time winner here at Laurel Park, a 6-time winner going a mile. Alex Centron aboard for Kieran. You have this horse on top as well.
Yeah, couldn't defeat Goldman in that race in September. That was coming off of a little bit of a layoff. Goldman, that last race, I expected him to go a little bit further on the lead. He kind of spit it a lot sooner. He's down inside. He's going to have to maybe be used a little bit harder to go ahead and get the lead. I think double whammy. The air's getting a little cooler. He's run some bigger races with a little chill in the air. I think he's just going to go ahead and stalk and pounce, wear down Goldman. You're going to have to worry about the 5, though. The Great Gatsby back in the hands of Jamie Ness, and he knows this horse awfully well. Good second and a 2 other than up at Penn National. Sloppy track. I think even a fast track moves up, and even now second time back in the barn of Jamie Ness is going to work wonders for the Great Gatsby. He's going to be charging late at this group, no doubt.
All right, so we'll both like a 3-1-5 there in race 3. Let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, we have plenty of time to go over today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. Nice carryover. It's over 24,000. It starts in race 4. I have a ticket. I know you like the late pick 4 today. And we have a carryover and a late pick 5 as well. So we have plenty of time right after this. We'll be right back.
Whether you're at home or at the track, have a stake in the race when you bet with ExpressBet. Sign up for an ExpressBet online betting account and receive up to a $500 sign-up bonus.
All right, welcome back. Today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 4. Let's show you the carryover. It's $24,077. This is going to be well over $30,000 today. It'll be well played here on a big Sunday afternoon of horse racing. I have a ticket. Let's take a look. A $38.40 play for me. I'm going to go 4 deep here in race 4. We're off the turf. Maiden 25, kind of a tricky race to handicap, going 5.5. I used a 5, 7, 8, 9. Race 5, my best bet of the day. I think Claudio Gonzalez has found a nice level for Young American, looking for back-to-back wins here at Laurel Park. So I key on the 6, Young American, in race 5. Race 6, we have is a real nice. We have 2 real nice 3 other than allowance contests going 6 furlongs on the main track. The race 6 is for filly mares. Race 7 is for boys. So on the 6th race, I go 2, 4, 6. Race 7, I used a 5, Cinderella, El Chrome, and the 7, Mr. Bricks. First off the claim for Claudio. Then race 8, I go 2 deep there with the 10, 11, 4 deep there in the finale with the 2, 3, 4, 5. So very affordable, $38.40 ticket for me. Let's take a look at the 4th race. We also kick off the middle pick 4 here in race 4. Maiden 25, filly mares 3 and up. 5.5 furlongs on the main track. I end up on the 5. This was a tricky race to handicap. You like the 5 as well, though. Princess Rosie ran okay last out against Maiden 25 when it came off the turf. Still a 7-horse field. Montanez was aboard for both tries. He's back aboard this Orientate filly today for Ferris Allen. The barn with a win this week. I think Princess Rosie live here in race 4.
Yeah, I certainly like the effort and debut when encountering trouble into the turn. You see the short comment there, shuffled back after vying. And next I expected a little bit more. But against this group, I like her positional speed. I think she's going to have what it takes to hang around late for the final 1/8 of a mile stand. My top selection is going to be the 8, Gatto St. Honoré. We're going to try to get this horse, Kieran, back-to-back wins in races 3 and race 4. This horse did not run bad on the dirt at Penn National. I know the buyer is going to help your price there, that 22, but did have trouble at the gate, was willing to the wire. Every race since on the turf, we got to turn back in distance. We've got the blinkers on, and they don't drop this horse.
Right.
This horse they could have easily just kind of given up on. A barn that has plenty of horses. They don't. I think you've got questionable speed types in here. I expect a legitimate run here for Gatto St. Honoré for Kieran.
I used a horse. I like the 7 here in my exact. The odds ever in your favor. 3-year-old filly by, despite the odds. A homebred here for R. Larry Johnson and Mike Trombetta. Xavier Perez will ride. Perez been aboard the last 3 starts. A real good second on the turf, on the yielding turf course, 2 back. The lone dirt trial was just okay. That was last July at Delaware. She might be a better filly now, and now the blinkers go on. She has early speed. She might have even more early speed today with first-time blinkers.
Yeah, you break it all down. She might just be the speed of the speed. The blinkers going on. I think it's going to be attack mode for the 7, odds ever in your favor. Darter's another one. The blinkers went on last time on the turf. Speed, a little bit more carry of that speed after taking pressure. Like I said, I think we're going to have a decent pace up front, setting it up for a closer, and I think this race could just fall into the lap of the 8.
All right, so nice maiden 25. Well, a tricky maiden 25. 5.5 on the main track to start that pick 6. Nice carryover today in the late pick 5, starting in race 5. Industry low, 12% takeout. And we have a carryover today, a little shy of 3,500. That starts in race 5. We're going 5.5 furlongs, claiming 5,000, 3 and up. Haven't won a race in 6 months. Never won 4 is a condition. I think Claudio's found a nice spot for Young American, looking for back-to-back wins. This 4-year-old son of Congrats, a 2-time winner here at Laurel Park. Had a real big win last March. First off the claim for Claudio, fired an 88 buyer that day against Starter Allowance Company, and then ran okay on the turf, and then had to take the summer off, came back and threw a couple clunkers at Timonium. It took Claudio a few races to get this horse back in good form. He dropped to the $5,000 level early October, no good that day, but ran a big race last out when cutting back to 6 furlongs. So the cutback in distance worked last out for Young American. They keep him going short today, 5.5 today. It's a nice 5,000 for life condition. He'll get a beautiful trip with Carlos Carrasco. Carlos and Claudio, a staggering 40% together here at Laurel with a positive ROI.
Carlos on the Cadillacs, I like to call him.
Carlos
upstairs.
on the
He
Cadillacs.
gets to ride the Cadillacs.
Cadillac Carlos.
A young American, though. I like the run the horse made last time into a slower pace and might get more up front this afternoon. I like a little bit of a price, though, with the one Humboldt Street off of a couple just average tries. One at Delaware and the last out at Laurel. But you go back to last November. This horse popped a big race after running some mid-50s numbers. Maybe the pattern is just working right. Fourth back off of a little bit of a layoff. I think Humboldt Street now, he's going to have to be sent in to get position with Toledo. I don't want this horse coming from 7 or 8 lengths out of it. He fell too far back last time, but if the patterns kind of hold true, this horse should be a little bit closer and is capable of running a mid-60 number, which just might get it done at a price.
Yeah, I didn't use him. You're right. You hope he's a little close early on to get position here, not too far back. You're going from a Bug Boy to Jevion Toledo, so positive rider change for Keith's top pick. The one Humboldt Street, the 7 we both like a little bit here. Awesome Standard. We have a video spotlight to show you Awesome Standard. Here's the race from October 14th, a decent third at this beaten nickel level.
Yeah, at this beaten nickel level, and this horse has run some good races. And the Great Provider is just a faster horse than anybody that's in this race. And he does, like I said, always use that term dirty where he's doing it right now. He's under hard chase. Solid internals, 22-1, 45-4, moves just about even terms, but just fades a little bit through the final furlong. I thought this was an encouraging effort. Awesome Standard maybe doesn't necessarily need the lead, but against this group, it's going to be hard to keep him off of it, I believe. And you talked about his numbers at this level certainly work. If he shakes clear, I think he could be gone. It could leave a young American at his mercy there. But Awesome Standard, I think he's poised. And the Great Provider, when you're keying up horses, I think is a little bit better, more quality than what these horses have faced.
Yeah, I think you have to like the 7. You're getting a hard trying. Katie Davis aboard for Timmy Keefe today, 6 for 8 in the money. Awesome Standard here at Laurel. Tim Keefe's horse still having fun, ran respectable, I thought, yesterday. Got up for a piece of it, finished, 5th in that race. It was a tough race down there.
You know what was weird about that race? Did you watch that one?
I didn't see it.
It was he broke well. I mean, and he flashed the speed. I'm usually seeing him taking back and making that one run. That might have hurt him the opening quarter. He might have been just a little too close, a little too keen early, just caused that run to flat. But all things being equal, pretty respectable try against that group, no doubt.
I just went by the Equibase chart in that race. I think it was same time as one of our races here at Laurel.
Okay.
But good effort from the Maryland bred. How about Shalon? Shalon, a good second down there for Arnaud.
Looked kind of home in bed at the 8th pole. Just got run down late by the price.
All right, you like the late pick 4. That starts here in race 6. Let's check out your ticket, see how you played it. A couple nice 3 other than allowance races to kick off this late pick 4.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to, go out and be able to buy a car after this pick 4 ticket, but I know we can go out and maybe get a good dinner. 6th race, we go 2 deep with the 2 and the 4, Discreet Deceit. Dangerous from the inside. Haley's Fit, Black at Laurel. I like this move. She's run some of her better races over the surface. 7th race for 2 deep as well, with the 2 obvious horses, the 5 and the 7, race 8. 7 and 10. We scratched the 2 Disco Express out of there, scratched the 9. Brandon's horse could be tough in there. The other speed. What's that other horse there? Not the 10 sound off. What's his Ticker Tape Parade? That's right. Ticker Tape Parade could be awfully difficult at a price to beat. I think this race might set up for the 7. Stay on point. 9th race, there we go, spreading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe that's anybody's horse race, but all of that action for just $20.
All right, so late pick 4 here in race 6. A couple monster 3 other than allowance races, both with a $47,000 purse. Both going 6 furlongs on the main track. Race 6 for Philly Mares 3 and up. 3 other than optional, 50,000 claimer. I have the 4 on top, so do you.
Yeah.
Haley's Flip for trainer Gary Capuano. We have the video spotlight to show you from July 26 here at Laurel Park. This was a real tough allowance race, July 26. A real good second this day behind the multiple stakes winning Crab Cakes.
And that might have been the return of Crab Cakes, right? We know Shimmering Aspen has gone on to do well after that, but Haley's Flip, solid effort, just kind of chases the duelers. They were sizzling out in front, 22-4, 45-2, shifts out to the outside and steadily gains, only beaten a length in 3/4 when it's all said and done. Closes up about 3.5 lengths through the final quarter of a mile. Against this group, I think she's going to be a little bit closer. I don't think they're going to get too far away from her. And she's back at Laurel. I like that move. Gary popped with a winner the other day. His horses were knocking on the door. Got off the little schneid there. Haley's Flip, 4 for 5 at this distance. 4 of the 5 wins at this distance. I think she's going to get a perfect stalking trip just off of Discreet Deceit and the 1 Lucky.
I have her on top here. Real good third last out behind Shimmering Aspen up there at Delaware. Has been rested since that late September race. Nice maintenance half-mile work here at Laurel on October 18th for the 4 Haley's Flip. So we both have the 4 on top.
Right.
We both have the 2 Discreet Deceit in our exacta. This filly, she's awfully quick for Ollie Figgins. J.D. Acosta rides this 4-year-old filly by Discreetly Mine. She's a 4-time winner here at Laurel Park and 9 for 11 overall in the money. She was just a good second at this level back in early October. That was coming off, what, a 2-month break. So I think she'll be very sharp on the inside today.
The only horse I think that can press her is Lucky, and I don't know if she's going to be able to keep pace. Acosta, if she comes away cleanly, will be sent out. They've been throwing it down her last couple races. She's been involved in a battle last time, made a move into the pace. So she's versatile enough. Second off of a layoff, another one. If she gets clear and is able to relax and maybe get like a 22-3 opening quarter, something like that, she might be able to just go ahead and hold off Haley's Flip. She's held pretty nice form here for Ollie Figgins. I like Discreet Deceit a lot in here.
And we both like the Ghost Zapper filly. Enchanted Ghost, second off the layoff today for Hammy Smith. She was a stakes winner earlier this year against straight 3-year-old fillies. She won the Wide Country back in February. They gave her a long break after that, a decent third in the comeback race against older horses. She comes out of the same Discreet Deceit race. So if you like Discreet Deceit, you have to like Enchanted Ghost as well.
Yeah, she was sitting an absolute dream trip last time out behind that duel in the short field. She looked like a 1-9 shot to be second, at least second turner from. Right. She couldn't quite go by, but she has every right to move up. Second off of a layoff late here, a horse that looks like she's holding okay form late in her 3-year-old season. I can see her making a run into it, but the way this race develops, if the 2 clears, I think it might be a lineup race around there.
How about our man Charlie L. Frock on the cutback here with So Innocent. Gets Trevor McCarthy today. This could be an interesting filly. 4-year-old daughter of Blame, real good second last out at this level, going a mile behind My Sister's Ledge, who would come right back to win in the Maryland Million. So Innocent could be a dangerous factor in the final strides with McCarthy at a big price.
Yeah, got the right kind of rider. We've seen McCarthy on like Jump Jive and Well, more of a closing type for sure, but it was able to kind of get these horses to even relax even more, save the run until the most opportune time. He's going to have to do that with So Innocent. She's like to be close up in those route races on the turf and even on the dirt. She's never kind of encountered early pace like this.
All right, so a cold 4-2-6-5 for both of us there in race 6. Let's turn the page. Another 3 other than optional claiming $50,000 in race 7 for 3-year-olds and upwards. 6 furlongs on the main track. You have the 7 on top. I like the 7. Mr. Bricks, first time off the claim today for Claudio Gonzalez. He's 34% in a positive ROI. We have a video spotlight to show you of Mr. Bricks early October right here at Laurel Park at this 3 other than allowance level. And there's the gray 4-year-old Son of Flatter right there coming late.
Another one. Sharp fractions, 22-1, 44-4, chased every step of the way. Dropped back a little bit, turning for home. But look at this late charge again. A determined run. We commented about Mr. Bricks. Kind of likes to be outside of horse's stand. He's going to be positioned outside again today. I think Taylor Dubai, they'll let him go right to the front with Boca Chica, and he'll sit a stalking, circling trip. The one thing that worries me, this horse is kind of an in and outer with his numbers. It's big race, okay race, big race, okay. He's coming off of a big race, but since he moves into the barn of Claudio, let's see if he can hold one more. That's exactly right. That goes out the window.
He's with Claudio now. He'll get a nice trip on the outside with Kevin Gomez. Okay. So we both like Mr. Bricks. I have the 5 on top, though. Cinderella L. Chrome for Jamie Nash. Trevor McCarthy, this 4-year-old by Flash Storm. He likes to fire some 90s. A 92 win, 92 buyer with a win against A Other Than Allowance Company late August at Parks. It went 1-10-3 that day. Then another 92 buyer last out up there at Parks against 2 Other Than Allowance Company. Trevor McCarthy gets aboard today. It's a nice 4-year-old. It's made over $250,000. First start today, though, at Laurel Park for Cinderella L. Chrome.
Yeah, what has gone on with this horse the last couple tries? He is a completely different animal right now. I guess the only question, will he transfer the form from Parks to here? And they usually do. I mean, Parks horses come down and handle this surface. Yeah.
All right, so nice.
Those 2 could be in a ding-dong battle through the stretch. It could be a good one.
Yeah, and then then you have the classy rocking on by the 7-year-old. He'll be coming late with Taylor Hole. He loves to finish in the money in these big races. Never count him out, and you'll get a decent price on him today.
Yeah, with the last time he ran for the tag, he won over this track. A late surge to get up on a track that had a little bit of moisture in it. I don't want to see him 16, 18, 20 lengths back like he was last time. He's going to have to be within 5 or 6 at the top of the stretch if he's going to run. These horses, the 5 or the 7, and maybe even 8. These horses are in really sharp form right now.
All right, and then we have to talk about the 8 real quick. Tale of Dubai. We both use first off the claim for a man, Robert Cole and Kevin Patterson. Patterson, he's 29% first off the claim. This horse had a nice win last out. He's a 5-time winner at Laurel Park. He's going to show speed from the outside with Boca Chica.
I think it's safe to say they won't lose him the day for 50, right? They reclaimed him for the 25. Nobody's going to go back for 50 for this horse. They're going to roll the dice, though. It's going to be, catch me if you can with Boca Chica.
All right, so a couple monster 3 other than allowance races 6 and 7 here to anchor our Sunday afternoon card. Let's take a look at the 8th race to kick off the late daily double, claiming 5,000, 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime going a mile. I go with the 10 on top here. Sound off. Trevor McCarthy aboard for Hugh McMahon. No good last out. First off the claim, that was against 15,000, 2 life. A big drop today to the nickel 2 life. McMahon and McCarthy, strong connections. And this is a good move to get Sound off right to the winner's circle.
Yeah, keys up a Salinger horse that took a lot of play here, I believe, for Hugh McMahon. Ticket Tape Parade, another one. These horses, they want to be around the front, and they've got some staying power at the 1-turn mile. Both of them do it, and I thought Brandon's horse Ticket Tape Parade ran pretty good against the bias as well, a couple races back. So those two, I think, will go out and just kind of try to go ahead and dictate it, and they might be in their own little match race all the way through this. But stay on point. Interesting horse for me. Going to go first off the claim, a little freshening and stretching out. I need this pace to be hot and heavy for this horse to run, and he's never tried the distance, if I'm not mistaken. Stand right, this is the first time going a mile. Can he get it? Bellamy Road, he should be able to, but those two might be awfully tough to catch.
He's been a closing sprinter. See if he likes to stretch out today. I like him. He's coming out of some key races, Army Gray, Midnight Cry, King of the Jungle, all next out winners. So the 7, you'll get a decent price there. First off the claim, Weston Hamilton will ride. Let's turn the page here. One more. Race 9. We're going a flat mile, claiming 12.5 for 3-year-olds or older horses. Never won 3. I go with the 5 on top here. A True Gentleman for Dorothy Wharton and Wasabi. Horacio Caramanos on this 4-year-old son of Bulls Bay. He's 9 for 17 in the money here at Laurel. Nice rally last out to finish 3rd, going 7 furlongs in the Maryland Million Distaff starter. He's stretching back out to a mile today. The way he ran that race, it looks like he'd love the extra furlong. Now he is 0 for 6 at the mile distance, 3 for 6 in the money. I'll take a shot with him today on top in race 9.
Yeah, I like this horse a little bit better at 6 and 7. And if you look, that was the race. It was bomb. It was a monster try in Super. I think Seabray was $1,000,000-1. T-Sizzle was a square price for Mary Epler on Maryland Million Day, and you see the fractions. There was a meltdown there. So maybe a little bit of an optical illusion of the run this horse made, but that being said, against this group, he fits. I think he's going to be within range by the time they turn for home. Gorsuch looks like the speed with the blinkers on from the inside. No drinking rules or Patriot Saint. They're going to be my top 2. No drinking rules. A little bit too far back in the mud, a little bit too much to make up, and is a 4-time winner against a bunch of horses. Most of them only won 2.
I like him. He was in good form earlier this fall up there. Delaware just didn't like the mud. Well, he has a couple wins in the mud, but he gets a little easier company here today at Laurel Park.
Yeah, and what's Ness right now? I think he's the last couple of months.
Ness
right?
has
He's
been
about
rolling these past
24, 25%, I think, over the last 90 days, Stan.
All right, we both like the 2. Patriot Saint's been right there. His last 3 races, a big improvement for the 6-year-old for trainer Vernon Allison. Xavier Perez getting a lot of run out of this horse the last 3 races.
Yeah. He's certainly gotten along with him perfectly. He gets him to relax. He makes a run. It pairs up 65s. Now, will he come down off of that race? It was a big race off of a little bit of a layoff. But Patriot Saint, he's good at this mile distance, and he's the kind of the in-form horse in here. One of the 2 that are kind of holding the most consistent form of late.
All right, that's it. We're out of time. Right on time. We're about 30 minutes until our first race. About an hour for game time for the Ravens. Steelers going up there to the sports book. Watch all the football and horse racing. You want up there, jump into that $3,000 football pick'em contest. Pick the football games, make some money. Nice carryover today on our Rainbow Pick 6. Starts in race 4. Carryover over 24,000. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
Here comes the Raw Dog, Dave Robin, coming up with scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.